All that work I put into it, and so few. I know you're a friend to. So when Parvos made me an offer, I thought, "Oh, why not? Just let it go. Let it all go." I took the deal, Tenno. I shouldn't have, but I did. Oh, if only Dante were still around. Please, you must come see me.
Operator, messages have arrived in your inbox.
Knock, knock.
Now, who would be knocking all the way out here? Operator, I don't think you should answer that.
You're making waves, Dreamers. I can feel it.
Hello, friend. You find me now amidst the bones of all I am, of the thing that mattered most to me in my too long life. You know, I wasn't sure it was possible to be less than a man, for I was a man once. This room was to be a shrine to one of my dearest friends, but now that shall never come to pass. Look around, and I will recount what was meant to be. Did I never tell you of Dante? No, I suppose I didn't. I suppose I hadn't the fortitude. The entirety of the Leberean is shaped by the lack of him, though perhaps only in ways that I can see. Though, by definition, a weapon of war, Dante was, first and foremost, a student of history. Much of the Leberean would not exist were it not for that bold, two-fisted academician's devotion to both myself and the cause of better understanding our history and ourselves. It shames me to think of what he would have to say about what I have done to our shared endeavor. Parvos Granum, you know the name. He of the gilded hand and gilded tongue. For an age he has sought what Dante and I had gathered together. our collected treasures. For one such as Granum, there is no such thing as enough. In an age with no appetite for memory, maintaining a shrine to our shared history seemed folly. And so, in a low moment, I signed it all away. I do not know what possessed me in that moment. I have no need for money, or food, or shelter, or care. Perhaps I merely felt my time was done, that the past had served its use, and me along with it. Whatever the reason, I allowed myself an instant to feel my misery to be greater than my life's purpose. A momentary indulgence that may be paid by every future generation until the sun goes dark. I would give much for my friend to have been here. Dante and I, we tempered each other's unique compulsions. You would have liked Dante, I feel. His end began, as it did for so many souls, with the Entrati family. The patriarch of that benighted family had fallen into decadence and disrepute, his name sullied by controversy and implications of madness. Then an erstwhile associate of mine, a gentleman by the name of Lloyd, a Master Entrati's man for more than a lifetime, well, vanished. Lloyd, his master, and his entire lineage just gone. There were rumors, of course. Master Entrati was known at that time for outlandish claims and questionable science relating to voices he was hearing, I believe. Gods from beyond the veil and whatnot. After the disappearances, Dante, never one to let a good mystery go, insisted on infiltrating the Entrati manse and learning the truth for himself. I, however, being more familiar with the confidential details of Master Entrati's interests, urged him otherwise. I suppose you wonder why I would do such a thing, if I believed Master Entrati to be fit for little more than the asylum. Lloyd was, as I said, a dear friend. We spoke often. His last missive to me was a simple one. We end as we began. As a student of history and its occult apocrypha, I know the terrible import of those words, and so I cautioned Dante to remain by my side. He promised to do so, then did otherwise, and I never saw him again. Perhaps I was not so deft at tempering him as he was of me, and that, I suppose, was my first great failing, the parent of this second and most final one. I imagine you surmised why I have summoned you here. To ask that, in the name of whatever friendship we share, to lend your aid to my impossible predicament. To help preserve, not me, not this shadow of a man I once was, but to keep this monument to history alive, so that future generations may learn from it and never repeat our most shameful mistakes. Granum's obsession with that bygone age demands pieces of such. Ironic, really, that one man's interest in history serves only to strip an edifice whose singular purpose was to protect it. But there remains one slim hope: the sourcing of artifacts from places other than the Leberean, sourced by you at my direction. Help me, friend. Help me, that my one great and final mistake not be the error that turns our collective history and the work of lifetimes to a single miserable use, making a rich man richer. My friend, without Dante, I need an associate to bring me the goods Parvos demands. To convey the gravity of my situation, I've relayed my comms with that Corpus robber baron to your ship Cephalon. I trust you can and will be that associate for me.
Systems up. You'll need the correct docket to open an arterial conduit. Start looking. Also, the conduits share the same technology that makes Keeklif so burdensome. I do agree. Excellent. Look for a conduit with a matching groove.
The Murmur have captured the dockets you need. Be aware, the Greslings have a particular habit of attacking the dockets.
That's it. Protect the conduit and watch out for enemy necromechs. They'll blow the whole apparatus up just to keep you out. Marking a nearby Grusling, they always have dockets. And probably half my library. Security systems are responding to your intrusion. Watch out for explosive necromancy.
Problem with glass versus Leberean, it is so very fragile. But you wouldn't know anything about glass, would you, Drusus?
As a museum curator, I do know this. When not handled carefully, glass will cut you.
Now that you're here, Tenno, I have a small battery of tasks to complete. And once they are done, I shall repeat. I cannot lie, Tenno. I have always felt nervous in the presence of Warframes. The Orokin twisted people into weapons, and I've seen firsthand the bloody and well-deserved consequences of that act. Dante, though. In his company, I felt no such anxiety. He was warm, earnest, literate, a fellow seeker. To know that he perished in these very halls while I slept is a bitterness to me. Warframes cannot speak, as a rule. Their creator decided they should only scream or roar or howl. Dante spoke through his writing. And his voice was beautiful. Very good, Tenno. I wait upon your pleasure.
Let us see if we cannot find something suited to your, competencies. Huh? Oh, look there! Run along!
close to our nest. Too close! Howdy, howdy!
Stronger stuff than me. And it's out! You let it out! Kill all of it, not just the skin. Kill a shadow. Find what's casting it. Okay, now's your chance. Destroy the book. You woke up a bad thing. But then you killed it. So, I guess you didn't kill it.
I saw you're pretty into it, so I figured I'd leave them for you. Figured you could use the practice. I'll get the next bunch, no problem.
others. I do hope Tagfer understands. You have proven yourself worthy of so be it.
Pull it together. Do it for her. Shh. Listen. You hear that? Things are too close. Birds snatching jump out of nowhere and grab you things. Use the loud metal sticks. Tell those things this is our spot. clean them up for you, but then, you know, I saw you're pretty into it, so I figured I'd leave them for you. Figured you could use the practice. I'll get the next bunch, no problem.